Hey guys, how you guys doing today? Hope you're doing well. That's my phone. My friend Michael's texting me. Anyway, wanted to come on here and talk about an experience I had today at Target. I shop at Target. I don't care what people say. I'm not boycotting them. They haven't really raised their prices on the items that I buy, so I'm still going to shop there. I don't care if they sell anything. Businesses are open to sell whatever. And if you want to think that they're pushing it on people, it's the people that are buying it. It's the decisions of the people that are buying these things. So, like I was told a long time ago, when I started my rescue and we started offering different things, my partner, she did not want to sell certain things because she said I wouldn't buy it. Well, it doesn't make any difference if you're going to buy it. If we find a product, part of our merchandise that you wouldn't buy, there's going to be somebody out there that's going to buy it. So my whole thing is, I don't care what Target sells or what they don't sell. I don't care, and I'm not going to boycott them because they're selling certain products. They're a business for profit, and they're there to make money. So the fact of the matter is Target has not raised the prices on the items, the merchandise, and the stuff that I buy like other manufacturers or other businesses have, like a grocery store or Albertsons or even Walmart's raised their prices. So I'm still going to shop there. I'm still going to support them. And it doesn't mean because I'm shopping there that I support them selling it. That's their business, not mine. I'm not going to try to control it. It's just like people that, somebody won't do a cake or that lawsuit over the cake. Then would you seriously want somebody to make you a cake when they don't believe in what you're doing? Why would you do that? Go to somewhere where you can just have somebody make a cake that wants to make a cake for you. And this is what I'm tired of, is people are trying to control the whole narrative. Oh, I'm gonna boycott them. It's like, that's the dumbest thing ever. I've been shopping at Target. I've always shopped at Target. Since I've been in California, for the last 36, 37 years. I'm not going to stop because they provide good prices for what I need, and they didn't raise the prices like everybody else did as dramatically on most of the stuff that I buy. So anyway, I did have a problem today. I did an online order. I'm part of the Circle program with Target. So I ordered, they sent me a coupon and it had to be used by January 2nd or something. And it's part of the Circle program. And if I spend $75, I get $15 off. And I'm all about coupons. Especially when it's buying food. So I was running low on some stuff and I thought I'm just going to go ahead and go buy some stuff. So I bought everything online and had it. It's the kind of coupon that you can only use it one time and you have to use it in one transaction. So it didn't matter if you bought several different items at several different stores and picked them up. It's just all in one order. So that's what I mean by one order, one time. So I just found all the items that I needed at this certain store that I shop at. And I reviewed the order, went over it, spent $75, so I get the $15 off. And one of the items that I bought was organic frozen triple berry bliss, is what it's called. It's organic. It's good and gather. And I bought 4 of them. They're 32-ounce frozen berries. I use them in my shake. So I ended up getting that and a few other items. And then total came out to, with the $15 off, it came out to be like $62 after tax, I think, is what it said. So I go in, they sent me my order and said it was ready to be picked up. So I looked at the order to make sure that they fulfilled the right order. Fulfilled everything, because I didn't want any substitutes on anything. Because I checked the stock and they had the stock. So I ordered to fit my needs, and I ordered it. So anyway, get the email, drive over there. It's like 4 miles away. No, it's about 5 miles away. Go over there, and of course it's busier than heck, and I go to pick it up, and I pick it up, and the guy goes, oh, here's your order, brings it out, and I always bring my own bags because I'm not going to get charged the $1 fee because they just charge a flat $1 fee. And so I went in there and edited that and got that out of there. So I brought my bags, and the guy just brought them up with these reusable bags, the nice ones, the nice cloth ones. And so I thought, okay, well, had my bags ready to, unload. And he said, no, go ahead and take them. So I start walking out to the car, and I get out to the car, and I go to unload them, and I look in the bags, and they've got 3 different substitutes. Well, they've got 3 of the same, and only 1 organic, the frozen berries. There's only 1 in there, and there's 3 of the other that's the 3 pound. The one that I bought that's organic is 2 pounds. And so, but the 3 that they provided was 3 pounds non-organic. And so I put everything back in my cart. I go back in there. And I get up to the thing, talk to the guy. He says, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to return them? We don't have them. And I said, you do have them. I said, there were 7 left when I did the order. And I said, 7 minus 4 is 3. So you have 3 left. So he looked at it and he goes, well, do you want to just return it? And I said, no, I want the item. You have it in stock. I don't want to take these. This was not a replacement. So then he says, do you have your receipt? Well, I didn't have my receipt because I just picked it up, and they don't give you a receipt when you pick up your order. And so I said, no. And he goes, well, it's in the Target app. I said, I don't have my Target app. He goes, well, how did you get your order? And I said, I gave him my code. Well, how did you get your scan code? I said, I took a picture of it off my email, off my computer. I'm not putting the Target app on my phone. I'm not putting anything else. I said, you're the one that fulfilled the order. You didn't fulfill it the right way. And so they look and they find that there are 3. They're just not on the floor. They're in the back. So he says, well, let me go, and then we'll do the return once we get. So they did the returned the 3 because they're trying to think that I had no replacements. I mean, I had no, supplements, not supplements or substitutes. I didn't have any, and I checked the order before I left. There were 4 organics on the order. There was no substitutes, nothing. So I knew that. So they found 2 of them, and he goes, do you want to wait, or do you just want, and I said, yes, I'll wait. I'm going to make you guys, since you guys just automatically threw in 3 that I didn't order. And so then he does the return, and then he asked me, do you want a gift card? And I said, this is all for the exchange. So they scan them. They scan the ones, which they shouldn't be scanning the ones that you gave me as a supplement because you couldn't find the other one or substitute. And he puts it on it. Do you want cash or gift card? I said, I just want the items that I ordered. That's all I want. You guys are the ones that caused this problem. So he does it, puts it on a gift card. Then they found the 3rd bag. So I have now 4 bags. Comes back, recharges me, and I pay because of the price difference, because I had the coupon, so it lowered the prices of all the items. And I ended up having to pay $5. And so I got home and I looked at the receipt just to make sure. They charged me, and they didn't charge the substitute. So they charged me for what I ordered. And I'm like, okay, I'm not paying more money. I already paid for what I supposedly got, so it should have been an even exchange. I was pissed, so I drove back to Target because I was pissed. It's about principle. It's about, you know what? This is their fault and their problem because of them trying to push 3 items that they thought I wasn't going to notice. Granted, they were 3 pounds versus 2 pounds, but they weren't organic, and that's not what I ordered. So I go back there, I stand in line, I'm waiting, and they're having all sorts of different problems because people are returning things without the receipt. So I wasn't the only person that had the problem. So I get up there and I deal with the guy that I said, talk to him. So I said, look, I want my $5 back. So I showed him the receipt. I said, I don't understand why you guys couldn't look at this when I was standing here before, when you guys didn't supplement this. I go, you kept asking me for the receipt and you didn't. This is how screwed up this whole thing is. It's like, this makes no sense. You know, they give you a receipt if you walk in the store and purchase everything and go through the checkout line. They give you a receipt then. Why aren't you giving us a receipt when we pick up our order? So I explained to the kid, I said, I had to explain the situation even though he helped me. I think he was new and I wasn't criticizing him because he was truly trying to help me before, but the other person that was possibly telling him what to do did it the wrong way. And he's supposed to be the person that's training. I'm thinking, oh great, you're training him the wrong way. So I told him and he goes, well, I'll have to talk to a manager. So he's talking to a manager and the lady next to me is having a problem. So the manager comes up and says, so he goes up to him and tells him, this is what I was. So he goes, can you wait a minute? He's got to help this. And I said, yeah, that's fine. I'll wait. So I stood there and their line was getting longer and longer. And I said, hey, do you want me to step aside so you can help somebody else? And he said, no. He goes, do you mind? And he goes, I think this other guy's going to open this other register. And I said, okay, but he never did. So I was standing there. So another person come up. I don't know if she was a manager. I had to explain the kid tried to explain it, but he wasn't explaining it the way the manager could understand it. This was a different manager. Because the manager that I dealt with before was on his lunch. So I had to go through and explain what truly happened and why it should have been an even exchange. And the simple fact of the matter is it was their fault, and I just want my $5 back. I know it's $5, but you know what? It's $5 that I didn't need to spend. And I used the coupon for a reason to save money. So she says, well, I'll give you a $5 gift card. And I said, no, I paid cash. She said, well, I don't know how I can do that. And in California, if you have a gift card that's $10 or less, you can go cash it in and get the money. I didn't know that until I talked to my friend Taryn, and she told me that. So anyway, she had to go over and talk to the manager how to do this. Because, well, I don't know how to do this. She said, you don't want to give. I said, I paid cash. I want my cash back. And so I said, this is your problem, not mine. I go, you're making this my problem. You're making it that I did something wrong and I did nothing wrong. You did everything wrong by doing the substitute and trying to pawn it off on me because you couldn't find it when it was really in the back. And I was nice when I had to go in, when I realized it wasn't the right product. I was nice, but then when I had to drive all the way back there, I was not nice. And I said, this is about principle and you guys need to get your process fixed because this is not going to work. If I run into this again, and so she had to go talk to the other manager that was helping the other lady, and she walked over, pushed the button on the register and pulled out a $5 bill and came over and gave it to me. No record of the money coming out of the register, nothing, because they wanted to give me a gift card. Yeah, that's how they handled it. And I took the money and I left. And I thought, I hope I don't have this problem again because I'm not going to deal with it. And I will deal with it. I will make them pull up the receipt to make sure that, because when I checked the receipt, I checked the order to make sure there was no substitutes on there because I put no substitute. I want to have this. So for them to pull this stuff and thinking that I was just going to, I will grab one organic and then grab the other three that aren't organic. And he won't notice. That's what made me mad about the whole situation is that, and then they didn't change it on the order, and then I had to go through this whole thing, them thinking that they did it because they wouldn't pull up the damn receipt. That's what I was mad about. So let me know in the comments if this has ever happened to you on with any Walmart, Target, any grocery store problem. I don't normally I usually just go into the store and do it, but because this was an online coupon, I'm sure I could probably got the code and did it myself and just But yeah, I was pretty pissed. I'm okay now, but it's just the whole idea that I had to waste my time. I should have asked for more money. I should have said, no, I want a $10 gift card. Anyway, no, I don't need that. But it's just the point of the money. It's not a point of the money. It's a point of the principle of the way they handled it. And they handled it all wrong for their problem. So anyway, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.